Sometimes life gets in the way to an extent that a video will be uploaded a month late. Oops. However, I like the theme so much that I didn't want to let the footage go to waste. So here you go, my March Plan With Me video. But first, let me flip through my February spreads. I am so happy with how they have turned out, and I kind of feel bad to let them go. I'm especially in love with how my mood tracker turned out. I'll show it to you in a second, but the colors and the style just makes me so happy. In the meantime, it's of course filled in, but yeah, I feel kind of bad to let it go. However, it is now time for my March setup, and I'm also very excited for this one. This setup was inspired by the Winnie the Pooh storybooks and their style of the illustrations. I have always wanted to do some kind of a honeybee theme, however, I couldn't find the unique twist that I hadn't seen everywhere already. Up until the point where I found this specific art print that just connected all the dots in my brain, and now we're here. The side footage of the cover page is unfortunately focused on my hand for some reason, so in the later pages I will explain a bit more of what I'm exactly doing. But yeah, for now you can just look. For this setup, I'm using 4 shades of the Tombow Duo brush pens, and you will be able to find the numbers in the description box below. I also want to quickly talk about the journal that I'm using. I'm working in the April Shower Journal from Archer & Olive. It's in this gorgeous lilac shade. And if you want to have a journal like this as well, I do have an affiliate code. Use AmbersNotebooks 10 for 10% off your entire purchase, with which you can save some money and you help me out as well. Every drawing is also outlined with a fineliner in point size 0.2. Shot that I magically managed to save. So as you can see, I'm going quite fast and making sure that the lines are far from perfect to emphasize the storybook feeling. With some editing magic, the title has been colored, and the honeycomb cutout has been made. I thought it would be super fun to switch up the shapes in the Dutch door sometime, and the honeycomb shape is just perfect for this. In the meantime, I'm already working on the next page. I wasn't sure what to do with this page exactly, because I didn't want to take away from the drawings in the front, but I also wanted it to tie together. Until I realized that it would be incredibly cute to write down an actual Pooh story. Yeah, and it just made perfect sense. I made sure to write on top of the washi tape to make sure that it looks like a cutout of an old book. And now that's done, the cover page is finished and we can move on to the monthly spread. Here, luckily, the side view wasn't focused on my hand, so I can tell you properly what I did. starting with the bees and the honey, which is colored in the pen number 946. Followed by the florals in shade 553. I made sure to be a bit messy with these, not to make them feel too placed and too perfect or stylized. And then I colored in the red iconic balloon in shade 845, which was the perfect bright color to add to this color palette. And lastly, I went in with color 228 for the leaves. This shade of green has recently become my favorite, and I'm sure you'll see a lot more of this color in the upcoming year. As soon as I colored in all the pieces, I went in with my 0.2 fineliner, starting with the little honeycomb pattern and the outlining of the drawings. I made sure to go over every line twice to again emphasize the storybook feeling. For the honeybee, I drew little tiny hairs and stripes to make them appear fluffy. To make the lavender look less stylized, I'm creating the outlines without lifting my pen, so I'm forced to deal with the quote messiness of it. When the main outlines are done, I'm reusing the washi tape to mark off the edges so I can outline the final honeycombs and fill in the background with some Pooh quotes. The peel of this strip is so satisfying in my opinion. And now it's time to highlight the calendar. I chose the color yellow to make the page pop, but honestly every color would have looked good in this case. Then it was time for the swatches. Magic, the title is done, and for some relaxing, the numbering of the calendar. Lastly, the line under the highlights. And that's it for the calendar page. Onto the quote and gratitude page. This month I couldn't decide on a quote, so I went with an illustrated page of a storybook vibe. Again, I started with the yellow. Followed by the blue for the flowers. And the green to add the branches. For the balloon goes last, so I can easily put it behind everything. And then it's time for the outlines and writing. I sped it up by quite a bit because this part took forever. However, it was totally worth it though. My favorite part, the satisfying peel. With some editing magic, the title of the gratitude page is finished, then the numbers go. Followed by the highlight of every other stroke. I feel like this adds so much more dimension to my gratitude spread and it isn't such a black and white page. But there you go, my March 2022 bullet journal setup. I am so happy with how this theme turned out, and even though you have probably already seen it on Instagram, I hope you like watching the video. And if you're new here, make sure to check out my other videos and maybe like and subscribe? Comment down below what your theme this month is. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!